What's it like being Polish in Japan?
Polish people and Japanese people are kind of similar.
When I tell my surname, Troszkowski, Japanese people, they freeze like this.
System error, freeze.
I feel like I'm back in the 1975 in Poland.
Japan is way cheaper than Poland for living.
I think Polish people look happier than Japanese people.
Japan is not as advanced as you think.
I don't think I can do this anymore. Maybe we should just go to Poland.
Poland and Japan, worlds apart or closer than we think?
So we went to Japan during sakura season. We had a great opportunity to discover Japan through the eyes of Polish and Japanese people living over there.
But that's not all. After coming back, we met Japanese people living in Poland.
So let's get started with a special episode today, Aliens in Japan.
And aliens in Poland.
Cześć, dzięki za twój czas. Czy możesz się przedstawić?
Cześć, jestem Aiko. Jestem Japonką. Mieszkamy razem z Kamakuji.
こんにちは。お時間いただきありがとうございます。自己紹介をお願いします。
こんにちは、はじめまして、ミルと申します。10年間日本に住んでいて、YouTube と観光ガイド。I'm from Poland and my wife is Japanese. We're a Polish-Japanese couple and we've been filming on YouTube for like 10 years now about life in Japan from Polish perspective and Japanese perspective.
Hello, my name is Valeria and shortened version is Lerka, which everyone calls me here. I'm living in Japan for 1.5 years. I'm actually a model since 2018 in Japan.
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
自己紹介お願いします。
はい、こんにちは。ケンと申します。以前、ポーランドに1年間住んでて、今は日本に、特に京都、滋賀っていうところに住んでいます。コンテンツは主になんか日本の面白い文化とか、日本の変な文化とか。で、やっぱり僕のこのビデオキャリアはポーランドから始まったので、ポーランドの文化も紹介したり、たまにしたりしています。よろしくお願いします。
Cześć, I'm Yutaro from Tokyo, Japan, and now I live in Krakow, Poland for 2 years.
Witam, nazywam się Tom Hashimoto, jestem profesor uczelni na ekonomii oraz jestem prawnik. Ja mieszkam już w Warszawie 13 lat. Jestem z Japonii.
Could you tell us why do you move to Japan?
I moved mostly because it was my dream since a child. I was really into Japanese culture. Like I loved anime, especially I was watching like Sailor Moon in TV in Polsat. I really dreamed to go here.
Can you tell us more about your fashion style?
It's like hime casual. It's like casual princess.
I started to learn Japanese when I was in high school and I decided to study Japanology. It was pretty tough, but I was able to get a scholarship in Japan. During that scholarship, I met Aiko during a party. After I finished my university, I decided to move to Japan, start living together.
A dlaczego Polska?
Mój temat doktorski praca była gospodarka polska i rynek finansowy.
The reason I chose Poland, I wanted to go to the country where most of the Japanese don't go. I wanted to be special. While researching about Poland, I also watched The Pianist, the movie, The Pianist. And I know a lot of history and culture about Poland. I really wanted to see the current situation in Poland compared to the past.
It was a coincidence because I was traveling many countries. I went to Netherlands, Germany, Italy, France. It's good for sightseeing, but it's not for living. Do you know what I mean? That time when I came to Poland, there was not many foreigners. It was chill. I felt comfortable. I was like, maybe Poland is right place for me. So I decided not working in Japan and okay, I go to Poland. Life is once,
So what's it like being Polish in Japan?
I'm really surprised that Japanese people actually know a lot about Poland. They don't really know which language we use in Poland, and they usually think we use English. They know really a lot about our culture, about our music, like Chopin and everything else. Sometimes you can even hear Polish music in shops. So I was like really confused when I heard that for the first time. Like,
wow.
Yeah, there was a Polish song in one like mall. So I was like, why is it Polish song here? I think it's pretty nice being Polish in there. Everyone respects that.
The most difficult part is actually my surname.
She has my surname, Troszkowski.
When I tell my surname, Troszkowski, Japanese people, they freeze like this.
System error, freeze.
Toru, 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 and then they stop.
What's it like being Japanese in Poland?
When I talk to people and they ask me where I'm from, when I say I'm from Japan, they are like, oh, Japan, I love Japan, sushi, ramen, anime, Naruto.
First, they think I'm the Chinese. And are you from China? No, I'm Japanese. Oh, Japan. Like this. They have a good impression about Japan. Poland was safer than I expected. I thought most of European countries are dangerous. But Poland is one of the safest countries and also clean. Some places are dirty, but basically clean.
I mean, if a Japanese person is saying it's clean, it's clean. What do you think Japanese people think about Polish people?
Japanese people don't know much about Poland. They only know Chopin Auschwitz concentration camp. My goal was to tell Japanese people that Poland is a good country. That's one of my missions when I was in Poland.
Sometimes we say, oh, sugoi. It's like, oh, amazing. They just say that because they don't know what to say. Because they don't really know much about Poland. So they don't have even an image of Poland. Recently, some people know where Poland is because Poland helped Ukraine during the war. Maybe Lewandowski or something.
Polish pottery.
Polish pottery from Bolesławiec became very popular. And my wife loves it, right?
Yeah.
What did you know about Poland before you met Emil and after? Has your perception changed?
Honestly, I didn't know much about Poland. I think I only knew Chopin. But after that, I slowly learning about Poland. Now I know Poland has amazing food.
What's your favorite Polish food?
Zurek, yeah. I also love pierogi because Marusici. Poland has so many types of soups.
Actually, Aiko can cook Polish food as well. Way better than me. She found recipes in Japanese and she made bigos, gołąbki,
Also chłodnik.
kłodnik, barszcz czerwony,
Czerwony.
and many other Polish dishes, which was quite amazing actually.
So, how was Poland like when you visited?
I noticed that the Poland has so many beautiful small villages, countryside. Kazimierz Durny, Sandmierz, Podlasie.
Podlasie number one, probably.
Yeah,
For Aiko.
fascinated me. It has a beautiful nature, friendly local people, good cuisine.
What do you think Polish people think about Japan and Japanese people?
There's some Polish people living in Japan. I asked them why did you choose to come to Japan. Most of them answered, I really like Japanese culture, anime. When they were in Poland, they felt like nerd, otaku. So they couldn't adjust to the country and they moved to Japan. That's why I think some of Polish people think Japan is crazy country. Most of Japanese people are otaku, nerds. That's a little bad.
Last time I was back in Tokyo, I was buying the train tickets. Now, you think that Japan is an IT company. I went to their website. They say, oh, you can't buy a ticket online. So I went to the station and they say, oh, yeah, you can't buy a ticket for previously. Only you can buy the today's ticket. Okay, I want to buy a ticket. Mister, please go over there. You see the plastic timetables. Here's a piece of paper. You're going to find your train number, write it down, and bring it back to me. And this gentleman with a pencil on here, looking at my slip, and then on the pencil, typing into the computer screen to process my ticket. I feel like I'm back in 1975 in Poland. So Japan is not as advanced as you think.
Yeah, I think people who are looking for some super innovations and digitalization, they should go to China.
Oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, controversial. But remember, we have the self-washing toilet. So
Yeah, actually, that's the greatest invention.
Yeah. And also, we have a pet dog, an AI around the dog, and this AI is trained not to listen to you.
Oh, wow.
Because it makes try to more realistic to the dog. That's
Okay.
Japan. We still have some very strange people who are trying to marry with AI and so on. So Japan is in the cosmos.
Do you think there's any cultural similarities between Poland and Japan?
Polish people and Japanese people are kind of similar. I feel like a bit Japanese vibes here.
Similar in what ways?
Yeah, Polish people is a bit shy, but actually they are nice. They stay back a bit to get closer.
Before I went to Poland, every European people were passionate and energetic. But Polish people are quite shy as Japanese people. I thought American people always talk to strangers on the street. But Polish people never do that like Japanese.
And as a Polish person, what would you say are the similarities between Poland and Japan?
Definitely the language. And it might be really, yeah, exactly. It might be confused, but for me, I think Polish people have really good language to learn Japanese, and Japanese people have very good pronunciation to learn Polish, because we have a lot of shichi and all of these things. Whenever I'm meeting Japanese people who speaks Polish, they speak Polish really well, and they almost have like perfect accent. So this is the first similarity. But about the culture, I think we have the similarity of like hardworking culture. Polish people works hard. and Japanese people works hard too.
Polish people and Japanese people have a lot in common when it comes to their character. Japanese people are kind of shy a little bit, and Polish people are more outgoing, so it kind of
A good
works.
combination.
Yeah, good combination.
And are there any cultural differences between Poland and Japan?
There are many trash bins on the street in Poland, but there's no trash bin in Japan. And also, you can't drink alcohol outside in Poland, right? But Japanese people can drink alcohol anywhere.
I thought it was like you can't even drink while walking.
Now
in
while
Japan.
walking, some people sit and drink. You see the hanami season.
This is it?
I know.
No.
Hanami means eating and drinking under the sakura tree.
Ah.
Yeah, you saw it, right?
Oh yeah, I saw people like getting drunk at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about Japan actually.
Definitely about the way how Japanese people act and how they speak about their feelings. Because, for example, in Poland and any other European countries, it's normal to show your feelings in public. So whenever we've been living in Spain or something, we could kiss in the front of other people and everyone could look at us. We were hugging next to my family, for example, and no one really cared. And here, it's a little bit like not common to see people kissing in the street, and definitely about how they speak. Polish people really care about other people's life. I can say that as a Polish person that we know everything about our neighbors. We know people who we are living next to. Here in Japan, we don't really do that. We are not that interested about like private things, which I really think it's a good thing. Europe is more open about mental health than Japan. Going to the therapist or psychiatrist is not that open as in Poland.
In Japan, like when you're waiting train or tram, we make a line and we wait until people get out and then we get in. But here it doesn't matter. Just people are still trying to getting out of the tram, but people still go. It was a culture shock.
The Polish people has more passion to discuss politics. But in Japan, people doesn't want to discuss the politics.
So not even when you're with friends in a close environment, close friends, you not discuss politics in Japan.
Even between the friends, not much.
Oh yeah, in Poland then you'd absolutely do that.
Yeah, do that.
Everybody.
Yeah, if you go for a beer or something, there's always gonna be a very heated discussion.
I'm a very organized person. On the other hand, he was always making a mess at home, so it was very stressful for me.
Japanese, organization is so important, right? Everything is in place. Also at home. To that level. I'm not super untidy. It's not like I'm, super untidy, but I think just Polish people are more like flexible with their space.
Yeah, remove your shoes when you enter your house at the correct spot. What is the one cultural trait that Japan has that you wish Poland had?
When it comes to cleanliness, Japan is number one. Toilet,
Oh, yes, toilets. Oh, yeah.
even public toilet, they are clean.
Bring this to Poland. Yeah. Public Japanese toilets. Give
What's it called? The washlet.
Washlet. Give me that. Give me that warm seat. I can't live without that thing.
Does it exist in Poland? I really want one.
It's quite expensive, probably.
For example, in hospitals, whenever they want to hear my heartbeat or something, they always, can I please touch you? They always ask really politely, so I love it. It's not like in Polish hospital, they just touch you without asking. Or for example, in the model work, whenever I have to change and I need help with zipping my clothes, they always ask like, can I touch you? And it's really nice for me. Also the prices, Japan is way cheaper than Poland for living, and it might be shocking. But the truth is, instead of the tickets and the fact that the renting process is very long and very expensive in the beginning, the fact that I'm paying for my apartment, which is 40 meters square in fully new building, which was built last year, very modern stuff with like alarms or everything. I pay only like 3,000 Polish zloty. Everything else is cheap. Food is cheap. Traveling is cheap. Everything else is cheap. Instead of Shinkansen, because Shinkansen is always expensive.
I couldn't fit in Japanese rock society. Also, Japan is like parents say what you're gonna do. You go to good university, going to good company, work until retire at the same company, and then life is done. I couldn't get excited. I moved out from Japan. It was really exhausting.
Kind of hard to make a deep relationship. Usually my meetings with my friends are mostly just to have nice time together, like go to the cafe or something, but about my problems, we don't really speak to each other about that. Another thing I really don't like, it's about the animals, how they treat small animals. I think in Europe, especially Poland, we talk a lot how to treat like hamsters or hedgehog or something. And I have a hedgehog, so it's like, for me, it's normal that huge space on my home. But I realized there's a lot of people who still use small cages here. I realized some people who own parrots, they still cut their feathers so they cannot fly high. So I really realized that, and it's something which is always disturbing me.
Japan may look like a perfect country to live, but also, of course, as every other country, it has some things that might be difficult for you. No one was able to prepare me how work in a Japanese company looks like. Even though I studied Japanese, my Japanese was business level. There were many challenges to survive in this corporate ladder. You have to work until late. You have to sometimes just sit there and wait until your boss leaves. They're not very flexible. It's very oriented around who's older than you. He's always right. I didn't really enjoy it. There was a point where I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. I was like thinking maybe we should just go to Poland together and just leave this, because it was really, really tough. Fortunately, I was able to move away from working in a typical Japanese company. I slowly did my YouTube channel, and I was able to move almost full-time to YouTube at one point, and then my own business as a tour guide.
Japan is one of the advanced countries, but I think Polish people look happier than Japanese people.
Why do you think that's so?
Japanese people always focus on working, no break time. But Polish people sometimes have the rest and sometimes working. A good balance.
Even though there is some ridiculous rule, it has to be followed. It doesn't matter what. And sometimes it's just like, oh, come on, give me a break. But then I understand without these rules, Japan wouldn't be Japan and wouldn't be so well organized and clean and everything. So I understand that it's required. But sometimes I just wish on personal level that Japanese people were more flexible.
I have a rapid fire question. Pierogi or gyoza?
Pierogi.
You're being nice, or it's a real answer?
Yeah. Gyoza is also nice, but I can't compare.
Pierogi or gyoza?
Gyoza.
Pierogi or gyoza?
Pierogi. I'm sorry, I'm the Polish girl. I'm doing pierogi propaganda in my family here, so...
Pierogi propaganda.
Yeah.
Hashtag that.
Yeah, pierogi propaganda, exactly. I made like about 120 pieces this year.
Wow.
So I was giving to my Polish friends here, like, here you have some pierogi, so everyone enjoyed that.
When you moved to Poland, what did you think about the sushi?
Sushi was so expensive and low quality. I don't accept it.
Honestly, we were fascinated by Japan. So many things that we learned. So I hope you also learned something from this video and discovered something between Poland and Japan.
Let us know which story for you was the most interesting or shocking in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to Aliens in Poland.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.